If you've been struggling with Quran recitation, but you're serious about taking it to the next level, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you a method which I use with a 45, 44, it doesn't matter, an old man. And by the time we implemented it daily for about a week and a half, give or take, he sounded like any other reciter that you would listen to right now. Yeah. And by the way, this was the exact same method I used when I was memorizing the Quran. Long time ago. So grab your Mus'haf or open your favorite app and let's get going. So what we're going to do here is we're going to listen to a recitation. By any sheikh, it doesn't matter, so pick your favorite sheikh. But what I want to show you is how the majority of people get the idea of active listening wrong. So I'm just going to play my recitation here.
يا أيها النبي لم تحرم ما أحل الله لك تبتغي مرضات أزواجك والله غفور رحيم قد فرض الله لكم تحلة أيمانكم والله مولاكم وهو العليم الحكيم.
This is how the majority of people would listen to the Quran. But that's not active listening. The idea here is to replicate what we listen to. And listening this way is actually a wrong approach, because by the time the reciter finishes the second ayah or the third ayah, you've already forgotten how he recited the first ayah, actually how he recited the first couple words. So now how do we do this exercise the right way? Well, I'm just going to replay the recitation again, but I'm going to focus on the first section of the recitation. So maybe I'm going to stop on the first stopping sign, and maybe even that will be long for some people. So I'm just going to stop on the second or the third word of the recitation. So let me do that and let me show you what I'm going to do after. I'm going to stop here because there are so many things happening here. Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu. And I'm going to try to break down the recitation, and maybe I'm going to repeat it again to see how the reciter did it. Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu. So he extended in Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu. He emphasized on the noon of nabiyyu. Why did he do that? I might not be able to identify what's happening here, but at least I know how it's done. So I'm going to repeat it again.
يا أيها النبي
Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu lima. For example, right? So now I know that it's done this way. And I'm also trying to replicate the sound too, right? The first time I didn't get it right because I went completely low and he was reciting at a higher pitch. So you see how I'm trying to identify and break down the recitation into all these sections, but I'm focusing on one thing at a time instead of listening to a lot of things that I won't be able to replicate by the time the reciter finishes. I'm repeating myself here. But trust me, this is going to work if you do this practice for about 5 to 10 minutes every day for about 2 weeks. By the time you finish one surah, you'll have learned so much that you'll be able to implement all of them in other surahs too, in other areas too. And also, don't be afraid to write some notes on your Mus'haf. It's a lot better to have notes on your Mus'haf ready to be looked at and to be implemented when you're reciting the Quran than to have your Quran clean and empty, but you don't know how to recite the Quran every time you pick it up. So try that method, inshallah, and let me know what happens. Now, if you also want to send me a short recitation to give you some feedback, I'll be happy to do that. And if you want to see how to establish a daily routine, a daily Quran routine, watch my previous reel, and I'll see you in the next video, inshallah.